I'm Rebecca Bryan. I'm a recruiter with Atlas MedStaff, and my job is to help nurses and other health professionals find fabulous travel jobs. That's my goal.
I'm Teresa, and this is my husband, Chris. I am a travel nurse, and I'm traveling with Atlas. And my specialty is interventional radiology or special procedures. And Chris?
I'm a sailing instructor at St. Augustine Sailing, ASA sailing instructor.
So the Atlas Adventure is an attempt by Atlas to help nurses live their best life. So we try to make it very individualized for each health professional to make sure that it's something that is an opportunity maybe they wouldn't do for themselves or something they wouldn't do, without being prompted. It's something that they really want to do, and then we fund it. So Teresa and I kicked back and forth a lot of ideas. There was some talk of spas and things like that, and I did some research about different places. And then she was talking about her bus, and we had kind of talked about the bus back and forth because we both do remodeling, and she'd shown me some pictures. And I was like, hey, what if I sent you a gift card to help with the remodel? Would that be a thing? And she seemed pretty excited about that.
Oh, Chris and I have been friends since I was 6 and he was 8, and married for I don't know how many years, forever. And I always knew I wanted to travel nurse. He's always been on board with making that happen as soon as the last of our kids was out of the house. He had had his own contracting business and is still a licensed contractor. Went back and forth about how we would travel, and we knew we wanted to convert something, and we finally settled on a school bus, and we bought a used
2006 Thomas school bus
from an old school bus driver who had bought it off an auction through the school district.
There was a lot of wood incorporated, a lot of woodwork.
Yes, and so my mom grew up on a farm in New Jersey that I also then grew up on. There's a mill up there. So the wood for the countertops in the kitchen is black walnut. And I went up last fall to the family farm and picked out the wood. And then my mom brought it down with her to Florida. And so that's the wood that we used for all the countertops.
Oh, and the wood itself, as soon as you started sanding it, it became its own thing. It has a beautiful grain, and it all just got better the more we sanded it.
And I love the use of space. Really impressed me. The little cubby with the, for hand washing your hands in the corner. That was with the big bowl. It was beautiful, but it was also an ingenious use of that small space for the restroom.
Yeah, we did a lot of tape on the floor and trying to figure out how it would be before things started getting built in. And
cardboard mock-ups. A lot of cardboard.
And there was definitely, some redoing things too as we went. Realized that wasn't going to work.
Well, and I think one of the impressive things to me is that you did all of it yourselves, the plumbing, the electrical, the heating, all of it, to have all of those specialties and to be able to do all of that, and not just to fix it, but to engineer it, to design it so that it's functional in a space that wasn't designed for those components to be included. It's pretty phenomenal. I mean, it just demonstrates the level of skills that you have.
There were challenges, that's for sure, because it's a small space. But most of the stuff I had learned on the boats, which have all of the same systems, so it was easy enough to just, get that done.
I mean, it's not only just brilliantly designed, but it's so beautiful. The pictures are just lovely. It looks like a cozy little cottage.
Well, I got to hand it to Teresa for the coziness. I mean, I was doing everything rough and, just getting it all roughed out, sharp edges and everything. And she came in and just put her little touches in there and just really made it homey.
It's a combination of just watching a bunch of different YouTube videos and seeing what people were doing and kind of combining a few different ideas.
What it's meant for us is that we have a home that when Teresa's done with work, she can come home and have all of her things. It's easier for her to get ready for work in the morning, having all the things that she's used to, dogs included. We brought our little dogs with us. And so it's a traveling home. No matter where we park it, it's always home. It feels like home, and it's home.
The last assignment that I did with Atlas was in Tallahassee. And Chris stayed home and finished the bus. And it was only a few hours away, so I was still able to visit. I had to find a place to stay. It was pretty stressful. Rentals are really expensive right now, especially in like the Denver area. And then you have to like pack what you think you might need for those 3 months. And having the bus has been incredible because we packed it at home. We lived on it for about 6 weeks before we came here, started the job here. So while we were living in our driveway in the bus, we were able to see what we were using, take things off, bring things back on. There was a lot like daily transfer of goods until we figured out exactly what we would need. For our drive, we took about 6 days to do it. We went pretty slow and steady. The bus has a governor at 65, so that's your top speed. It just made it so much nicer and easier and more homey. We were able to cook for ourselves. We stayed in Walmart parking lots. The classic place everyone thinks we'd stay, we did.
Well, what's next for us is further out west. We're going to try to do the West Coast. Because I'm a sailing instructor, I do need to be by the water. Colorado's kind of dry for that. Bit of a break. I'm flying back to do some classes. But ultimately, on the West Coast, I hope to be able to work as well, doing some things while Teresa's at work, and see the country.
Part of why we wanted to do the travel nursing is because we want to figure out where we want to live next. Colorado's been a great stop because we lived here for a long time. I was here for like 20 years, so that's been really nice. We knew we'd want to stop here, but we're definitely heading out west from